Hello, Parvati. Good morning. Good morning, Hope. Hello, Sanahor. How are you guys? Hi, Spirit. How are you? We missed you the other day, the last Sunday. Hi, Marushka. How are you? I'm well. Had exam this week, so we'll catch up. Oh, and how did you do? Did you pass them? Samara also told me that she was in her with her exams as well. That's why I'm going to need someone besides Samara that can um, that can be a moderator here because when she's not here, the other day we had boats here, so you know. How are you today? I went to Chaco Canyon in New Mexico place. Oh wow! You know we have a province here in Argentina that is called Chaco. So that's why I was like, oh, are you in my country? The results aren't out yet, but I will. Oh, well, we'll send you the best energies, spirit, so you can do great. I'm sure you will. Anything you need, support, whatever, we are here. We will send you the good vibes. I needed to study for my father's trip. Oh, yes. Everyone is busy, yes. Exam. Hello, everybody. Glad I'm able to catch. Oh, hello, Wesley. I watched your Friday live video. So, did you see? Did you notice, Parvati? There were a lot. It was like a moment, and like. But I was trying to report all of them, but it's not the same as having people that can help me, because I don't know if they disappear actually. Um, um, yes, Spirit, because I was talking about, I was really excited about Monsta X new video and the album. And I was really excited because I loved it. Hi, Samara. We were talking about you. We were talking about the BC, period that you're all going through with exams. So, but you will do great, all of you, because you are very, very smart. Just that it's a lot of responsibility, and also it's a lot of stress. So, you have to be patient with yourself, of course, take the time to study. Don't do, 1 hour preparation before going to the exam, be responsible, please. So I was really excited about Monsta X new song, and we were talking about it. I think I started the live talking about it, and I was like, "Where's the spirit? I need spirit here." I'm working super hard to become a trainee doing practices in my country, though I'm not confident. Oh, whatever you put your effort into, it's worth it. It's worth it, Tim. You have to get that in mind. Whatever kind of training and the kind of everything that you put effort into, eventually it does give you like an outcome. So be open minded. Like keep working. I completed mine. I fell asleep during the live because, oh yes, I imagine. Yes, you are, Spirit. I know that Samara also helps me when you're not here, but I she's also busy. Poor thing. I'm like, I always worry about her because I know she wants to be here, but she has things to do. So I don't want her to be like like all over the place. I want her to focus on her studies first. Because I see many tarot readings, I see there's no energy related to me. You mean like the ones you watch on YouTube? Like, do you choose like pick a card readings as those videos, or did you get a tarot reading for yourself? Yeah. Yeah, in a few weeks, my weekend schedules are going to be crazy, guys, because I don't know if I will have a free of work. I don't know if I will have Saturday or Sunday. So I will let you know if I have to change the day of the lives, because you know I'm going to start working in another place that I have to change my shifts and also the amount of hours that I work. So I will have to see this, because I want to keep doing the live streams, of course, but I will have to change probably the weekends. Or if I go on some Sundays, I will have to do it like more briefly. I got to tell reading said it must go. There's oh no, I got to tell reading. It said I must go. There's where I will have teamwork happiness. But when I see the new um mm, yeah, it's just that that's something that probably a lot of trainees, you do have to have a strong mindset, because they do select very few people, and there are a lot like auditioning or training, so um like, and they are very specific about what they want, and sometimes they don't even know what they want. They just look at someone and they are like, okay, maybe this is but I think that you should keep like investing on yourself. You have to keep working on yourself. Like, it doesn't matter, like the you just keep working on you. Like, don't compare your energy to others, because what you have to bring, it's something that others cannot do. And also, do not try to fit into what you think that they want. Just be yourself. It sounds very cliche, but it's the reality. The people that succeed are actually the people that are that they know themselves very well, and they know what they're good at. It's just that, yes, it's just that you have to also prepare yourself mentally. It's just like any competition. You have to prepare yourself mentally, because probably you will face rejection or criticism. So you have to have. That's why I always tell people that they should go easier on the new groups or on the famous groups. Because what they went through to be there is really tough, and it's not just a couple of months. It's a whole year. It's their whole life, basically. So when people like criticize something, for example, in the case of a group that hasn't debuted yet, and they just like criticize, oh, the song is bad, oh, the video is awful, oh, I don't know, one of them is like this and the other is like this, like, making assumptions on someone's work that they are just starting. I think it's a bit cruel, because they have a lot to show. It's just that sometimes it's the company's strategy to maybe, yes, maybe at the start they show like, they debut with a song that is not favorable for all the members, but yeah, it's a whole process. You just have to be mindful or aware that the people that are idols is because they are the best of the best. So that's an accomplishment in themselves. And they also go through a lot of pressure, especially when it's about, like saying the right things, like being perceived by the idol, by the group, no, by the public, being perceived in a favorable light, not to get into trouble, basically like watching out your every single word and opinion. If it's possible, do not have an opinion, because it's better to look like clueless and being like evasive about answering questions, and that actually having a strong opinion about something. Because I think that when it comes to idols, people don't want their idols to have like strong opinions, and most of them are so young. Exactly. You probably not feel energy for a group because they have to focus on their own practice. And yes, and they are also changing. They probably um, probably there are people that are also are offered to debut, not just in Hive, I think in general. And probably it has to do also with the decision of the trainee. There are trainees that probably decide, in the middle of the process that they don't want to do it. So there's a lot of changes. That's why some famous groups, they always have that one member that joined at the last minute, or that actually like was like it wasn't an option for that person to debut, but suddenly they had to adapt to whatever they had. I remember 2 times where they came backstage to go to South Korea first. Hi Lal. When my mom did it next, when I had to change house, both times I had worked hard to get there. Oh yes. Oh. They have media training sessions to assess what they are going to say. Ah yes. 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 Yes, it's a long process. It's a long process thing. You have to keep like positive, and don't focus so much on the results. Focus on the now. Focus on what you can do now to be better, to be more comfortable, to be more assertive. You are putting the effort. You are working on yourself. So, don't look so much at the others. Just look at you. Focus on you. That's what you can control right now. What others expect, it's different. Don't care about any female children. Yes. Just that you have to prepare yourself. You have to prepare yourself because, this is why I named this life in particular. I named this life like recognition and fame, because sometimes fame is not, uh, is something that it can happen, but sometimes the impact of being famous is not, it's not beneficial for all of us, like, because there are people that are like, okay, I want to be famous, but do you know the cost of being famous? Like, really, like, yesterday, I don't know if you watch it, it's on Netflix. There's a new documentary about Marilyn Monroe's case of her death and her life, and actually what circumstances could have like lead to that. I think that if you haven't watched that Marilyn Monroe documentary, you should. I totally advise you to do it, more because so you can understand the pressure of fame, and how, yes, maybe younger audience, and me myself included, I didn't know much about Marilyn Monroe except for the iconic pictures, and her being a very famous actress in the in all for older generations. But then when I heard about her, how she was struggling with depression, and her marriages, and how people treated her like an object, basically, um, I think that that's when you see that that's fame for you, you know, And this is also that we can apply to K-pop idols, the most, because there's a sense of like, okay, like we want you, we really like they work really hard to be famous, but once you are there, you have to be ready to somehow be manipulated, that there are going to be people coming your way. It can be your manager, it can be your own family. Look what happened to Britney Spears. And this about Britney, I'm not going to say my opinion, but I can say I know about Britney because she was my favorite artist, my favorite singer when I was a teenager. So seeing her now, like everything that she had to go through to recover her freedom, it's something that me right now as an adult, I'm like, why did you have to go through all that? And not to mention the humiliation that she got from the paparazzis, that I'm glad that woman is still alive, honestly. I'm glad that she is still alive, because the persecution, the pictures, the magazines, the everyone criticizing her, I think that can lead to a lot of people like actually like thinking about putting an end to things. So I think that not everything is so glamorous, and so like the level of anxiety that it brings you to be so exposed, to the level that it's no longer about you. It's not longer about you. It's about, you are this famous product. So yes, you're going to have a lot of people coming to you and wanting to be your friend and wanting to get close to you, but you are just an object for them. So somehow, if you are very sensitive, if you are a very sensitive person, or if you have like, I don't know, if you had like a traumatic childhood where you didn't get attention, and all of a sudden fame brings you attention, you're going to get confused. You're not going to see the reality. You're not going to be able to see that you are being manipulated, even by the people that you think that are your friends or your family or even your loved ones. So this is why I get so like angry when people start judging so quickly, and they are like, oh, why didn't she see that coming? Or why didn't she know better? Or why didn't he know better? It's you have to be in their shoes. You have to be there to actually see from their perspective why they do what they do. So I don't know. I sometimes I get really like it's so sad to see a famous person getting so much. Of course that we have famous people that actually they took advantage of their position and popularity to do bad things. We know that. But I'm talking about the people that just get criticized because, I don't know, they are seen going out to a club, or they are seen like hanging out with other people, or they are seen like, I don't know, having different girlfriends and boyfriends. Like, like people like judging everything, like, oh, because you are a celebrity, or because, I don't know, this K-pop idol, for example, like, oh no, he's not supposed to be going out. He's supposed to be locked in his room or locked in a practice room because he is an idol and he has to produce music for us, or he has to work for us, the fans. And it's like, come on, give that guy or that female, that woman a break. Let them have their lives. We all want to disconnect from work every once in a while. We want to like do things that is not related to our profession. So I don't understand why people get so, oh, look at her, she is going to clubs, or look at her, she is drinking, or he is smoking. So what about it? What about it? There's this sense of like, come on, like, it's unfortunate. Many of the biggest stars had very sad or tragic life. I think nothing can prepare to the pressure of infamy. Exactly. Yes, I think the same. I think the same. And and I was thinking, when I watched Marilyn Monroe documentary, that I know her birth chart because I think that in my astrology class, we actually I did like an analysis on her birth chart, and she was a Gemini with the moon in Aquarius, and her rising was in Leo. So yes, she was made to be a star. But you know what I noticed? I noticed that most of very misunderstood, but famous females especially have moon in Aquarius, or has Aquarius rising, or are Aquariuses. Because it's like that, when I was watching Marilyn Monroe documentary, and I was like, oh yes, it makes sense. Because actually she was a very intelligent female. She was a Gemini, so definitely she must have been a very intelligent, like fast learner kind of female. But her moon in Aquarius gave her this sort of like this like ethereal kind of look. Like it seemed like she wasn't there. She wasn't present. She looked like an angel. Everyone talks about how her aura was so mesmerizing. She was so beautiful, but you know it seems like she was not present, and I think that this is something that maybe when you are that famous and that wanted, or that considered sort of an icon in something, you do need to have Aquarius's placements, because it's the Aquarius placement that allows you to disconnect and to seem out of this world, to give you this aura of like, oh yes, I'm here entertaining you, but at the same time, I'm not here. Like, you cannot possess me because I am not part of this world. I am an alien. I don't know. I am different, you know? Like, yes, I'm open to communication. Yes, I am famous. And you know what? Talking about Britney Spears also has a moon in Aquarius. And actually for quite a while, a lot of people were like, oh, she is very dumb, because actually in interviews, when they ask her about certain things, she would always look like she didn't know what was going on around her, and I think that it's actually that moon in Aquarius, just like Marilyn, is that moon in Aquarius of Britney that somehow allow her to evade from herself from the emotional trauma that is that people are attacking you just because you are popular, or because you are pretty, or because you are famous, or you are the favorite of the public. Because there are a lot of like reporters or interviewers that they love to pinch the celebrity. They love to bring out, the dirty secrets and asking very uncomfortable questions, because they want to somehow expose the celebrity. They want the celebrity to say something wrong, and they want to get it on camera. So they love to do that to celebrities. So when they see someone, for example, with the energy of Aquarius, a moon in Aquarius, I have a friend that is a moon in Aquarius, and she's very deep. She's a very deep person, but she is slow in her thought processes. So maybe for her to wrap up an idea or an opinion, she actually like evades a lot. She probably like starts talking about something and then ends up talking about something different else. So this is why to the public maybe they are misunderstood, You know, they are considered like, oh, you're just a pretty face. You are dumb. You know, you're dumb. You don't know what's going on. You're not intelligent. And actually, like, you know, air placements are very intelligent, you know. But I think that there's this element of Aquarius energy that not only gives these people this ethereal look, this like this sort of beauty that you never seen before, that somehow it's so, but they also give you this very cold, detached, like you cannot figure them out. And sometimes for the audience to not being able to see you know, sometimes they want to break. You know, when there are people that cannot have beautiful things because they always break them. Well, it's the same about the public's perception. Yes, they idolize you when you seem to be perfect, or when you are the pretty new toy. You know, that you're like, oh, I want to know everything about her or him because they are gorgeous. But eventually, because of all the times that you had been observing them, you are like, okay, now I want to break the toy. I want to see what I want to break the doll's head, you know, and I want to see what's inside. I want to see what's inside, you know. And sometimes when you are, for example, in Aries, or when you are a fire sign, maybe if people push you, questioning you especially, you're going to show the raw in you, you know, the unfiltered, you know, side of you. And people are going to get upset, and you are going to get upset, and everyone is going to love the chaos. But when you are like a moon in Aquarius, or you have Aquarius energy, somehow it's like you don't give them what they want. So somehow they end up hating you anyways. This is why people need to be more compassionate to them, at least not harassing them. Keep your negative opinions to yourself. Do you know the the seventh? Yes, the seventh, the 27 club. People can stand self-made, beautiful, successful women as simple as that. Yes, because when they try to move away from I'm just a pretty face, people are like, oh no, you cannot be smart now. You are just a pretty face. So let's remain that way, you know? Have any of you read Jessica Jung's book, Shine? No. A year ago, she released her first book. I heard sequel of this book is releasing this month. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. That's very interesting, actually. I think that, you know, and that's something that I think that it's not that hard sometimes to see that we should, like, how about Aquarius in Mercury in Aquarius? Oh, yes, yes, Helio, because, you know, this is something that I also notice in Jenny, for example. Let's talk about Jenny and the hate that Jenny gets or got in her time, you know, because now they're moving on to Won Young, you know, to Ive Won Young. So, you know, it's no longer just about Jenny. But out of Blackpink, Jenny was the one that, oh, it's because of her face, it's because of her attitude, you know, but people really get annoyed by Jenny because Jenny is, her Mercury is in Aquarius, and also is her Mars. So there's something about Jenny that is like, even though she is a mystery, yes, because she has Moon in Scorpio, but at the same time, there's something about her like that she doesn't really care. She doesn't really care. She is emotional, yes. She can be sensitive, she can cry, she can break just like any of us, but she doesn't really care. She's going to use that Mercury in Aquarius to give you a very random answer and being a bit savage, yes. And also, Mars in Aquarius, she's going to do very, not rebellious things, because I don't think that what she does is being rebellious. But probably she's going to do a lot of things that people are going to question. And she's going to keep doing those. Because she is different. She's not, and I think that this is very refreshing actually, because she is a Capricorn. So somehow she should be, if she was only a Capricorn, she maybe would be a bit more like, a bit more like wanting to control things, and probably control what people's perception of her, and working harder and like obsessing over, being effective and being productive and being better, and forcing herself to do better. But with her energy in Aquarius, she's like, I don't care. Think about me what you want to think. I don't care. I'm not there. And I think that that's very admirable, and I think that it's very necessary, sometimes to play dumb. And this is something that actually a lot of people hate about celebrities. The celebrity that doesn't give you the answer that you want, and they are like, oh, that person is dumb. But sometimes it's better to play dumb and not give them the control over you. They're going to hate you anyways. But you are like, oh, you want to know that about me? Oh, I don't know. Really? It's like that. I think it's the best way to stay sane, actually, because with journalism, with people trying to use you for their own benefit, there's no right or wrong answer. So I think that the most evasive you can be in your answers, the better. And it's a self-mechanism. Yes, a lot of celebrities do it to protect themselves, because they know, like this famous phrase, you cannot handle the truth. That's the reality for a celebrity. People want to know the truth about idols, who they really are, what they are all about. You cannot handle the truth. You cannot handle the truth. You don't want to know the truth. Because it's not, you shouldn't like want to know what's going on behind the scenes. Because there's no magic behind the scenes. So you just take the final product and enjoy it. Hola, Miss Lluvia. Jessica was lucky roasting her former company. Yes, of course. Because it was a former. Yes, I remember her. Yes. Doesn't Changyong have Mercury in Mars in Aquarius too? Yes, I think he does too. Yes, I think a spirit that he does. That's the perfect mindset. Exactly. Like, do not try to be a smart and know-it-all, because the public is going to hate you. They are going to laugh a few times. They are going to be like, ha, ha, ha. Oh, look what he said. Look at what she said. She put us in our places. And eventually they're going to find an excuse to hate you and everything. They are going to hold resentment towards you. Because, oh, why aren't you giving me, why are you like fighting me? Like, you're supposed to please me. Something like that. Yes. 10 has Mercury in Aquarius, Mars in Pisces. Yes. He once said it's okay if people don't like him. Can place. Yes. Hola, Miss Lluvia. People cannot read, Parvati. People cannot read. And also, because it's not just about like looking for hints. People are too literal sometimes. They cannot read books. They just want the tea. They just want, like for you to be like, oh, in page, she's starting to talk about this, for example. People just, are very basic in that sense. Like they want the tea. They don't want to read a book. And something that also is very like that, when you write a book, you write it because it's your memory, it's your perception, it's your experience about what happened. So sometimes people like, oh, but you didn't talk about this, or you didn't mention this, and it's her book. It's her book. It's her perception. Like, oh my God. True. Don't know people how that companies have all sorts of NDAs. They can be so direct. Obviously, yes. They cannot be. They cannot be so direct. Of course, yes. They have signed contracts. Yes, they all do. They all do. They all do. Exactly. So it's like this, but I think that in the case of 10, actually, in the case of 10, I think that 10 is very like, 10 is very smart. 10 is very smart. I think that there's something about his energy that he knows people, and he can be pleasant, but he's also like, like, you never know what you're going to get with 10. 10 has a lot of air. Air and Pisces mixed together are, explosive in a sense, because they can be pleasant in 1 second and being very cold the next one. So that's why I always tell people, like, don't look at 10 or any Pisces artist. Don't try to analyze them. Don't try to like observe them too close and being like, oh, why did he change all of a sudden? He is a Pisces. Or she is a Pisces. That's something that I can never get tired. Like, I always emphasize this. Stop observing and trying to make sense or find like a description about why idols do what they do, especially if they have like this energy of, like, you never know about them. You never know. I like Timmy Soto not to be hard on people who don't like him because they like someone he probably. Yes. Yes. It's just that people, this is why I always tell you guys, the analysis videos, and these people that make edits about a certain interaction that probably is not an interaction, because if you are like putting that thing like on slow emotion with romantic music on the background, you are like changing the whole thing that happened, because when that scene happened, there was no slow movements, there was no romantic music in the background. So what are you doing? You are tricking the people that are watching this into thinking that this has like a component of something, an atmosphere. You are building the atmosphere. What happened is not in a slow motion. It's 2 seconds. It's like if they greet each other, of course they greet each other. They work in the same industry. Do you know what would happen if they don't actually don't look at each other in the eye, or if they don't greet each other? Look at the fourth generation, please. These people like with their mask on and with keeping distance because of pandemic and people judging that behavior. Like we are in a pandemic, guys. You are over like you are over analyzing things about the fourth generation. Hello, Leonor. What about Libras? I feel like Hypen Hee-jung had changed a lot. His song. There's something about his nose. Someone told me about his nose, and I watched a video about this, and I was about plastic surgery, and I don't know. It's just that for me, actually, and Hypen is for me they're really young. Like it's hard for me actually to. I'm starting to get close to their energies, but there are some members that are hard to read. You know, not. Oh yes, I don't really care. I actually like it. I like his. I think that it looks natural. His nose. But that guy, wasn't he the guy that people actually, when he was in Ireland, people were making fun of him because of his teeth? That his teeth was too white or too straight? Yeah, Shonu was not looking for her, he was looking for some, yes, some food. And now being the Lulu, you're not even a moment which is no. Yes, like they force these interactions. Like, what are you doing? They force these interactions. It's so sad. It's so sad that so many people believe them, actually. You know, like, oh yes. Shonu is working hard. That man is not a child. He's not a child. I love Shonu. Even though I'm sorry, I do find him boring in the sense that he's too reserved for me. But when he smiles, he's so beautiful. It's just that he's so serious, you know. But when he smiles, he's really cute. He is like, oh, he's so cute when he smiles. Oh, talking about that, guys, I came across a TikTok where I saw that I know that Minhyuk has a tattoo on his knee. I saw it in a photo shoot. But there was someone that actually showed a part of the concert where one of the members made him like give his back to the camera, and you can see through his see-through shirt that he possibly had a new tattoo on his back. And I was like, but isn't that the mic's cables? But no, he wasn't wearing mic. He was wearing like a mic on his hand. He didn't have like the ones with the. Because I was like, that looked like cables or something like that, you know? Because sometimes they do wear them inside their shirts. Vanessa, he's so scary big now. See him, yes. But he's so cute. I love all the love that he got during the concert when he appeared. Tiene un tatuaje de una rosa que es un oh. He's so hot. I love Minhyuk. Like I could like pay attention to his ranting because I know he is always talking. He never stops talking. Like he is. Or I would be patient with all his ranting because he's so fine. Like that guy is so fine. And also one thing, you know, guys, I like pretty faces, and Minhyuk is really pretty. His face, I love his face. His face is really pretty. Really pretty. It was inclined to what sign? Oh. Yes. Minhyuk has something. Minhyuk has something that I'm like, But when he starts talking honestly, what is me? Is it Minhyuk or I'm sorry, I always get confused with the names. Is it Minhyuk? Yes, Minhyuk. Am I pronouncing it correctly? Minhyuk, yes. He got the tattoo and told the company, well, I can just remove it now. Yes, I can definitely see him do that. But he's such a social butterfly that maybe for me, I think I would love to have him as a friend. You know, not that I will have the chance, of course, but we here we are like, you know, we are on the Lulu mode. So if you know we are allowed to fantasize. You know, we are allowed to like to make a scenario in our minds. And I think that honestly, Mihyuk, like I don't think I could date that guy. He's amazing. I'm not saying. It's just that he's too social for me. He's too social. He's too social. Like, you know, it's a bit like annoying even to a point. Like, you know, like, you know, I like reserved guys, you know, a bit of mystery, a bit of, you know, a bit of mystery. Oh, yes, Ki-hyun voice, amazing. I watched Chaeyoung-woo in a drama. He's also pretty handsome, but my heart, yes. Chaeyoung-woo is so beautiful. It's so beautiful, and he's such a nice guy. It's just that it must be annoying for him to always be reminded of how beautiful he is. It's like, you know, he's an Aries. So, you know, people should give him a break a bit of like only referring to him for his looks, you know. Who is a Sagittarius? Samara? Minhyuk is not a Sagittarius. It's a Scorpio. But there's another Minhyuk that is a Sagittarius, that it's B2B Minhyuk. Oh, that man. Talking about fine men. Let's talk about B2B Minhyuk. Everyone praising him because Subin looks like him and they look like twin brothers. And I'm like, but did you see Minhyuk body? Like, why people are so obsessed with being like, oh, associating with Subin? For me, Minhyuk is attractive by himself. Like, there's no need for comparison. Do you have something new about Lucas, for example? Is he going to come back soon? No, Lucas is still on hiatus. His energy is still hiding. His energy, he's okay, but his energy is still on the low. You know, Vanessa, when B2B Minhyuk discharged all K-pop used MX mean. Oh no. Yeah, but you know, there's something, Samara. Actually, you know what? This is probably why. When you said he's a Sagittarius, I actually kinda agree. Because yes, Monsta X Minhyuk is a Scorpio. But let's remember that he has a moon in Gemini. And Gemini and Sagittarius are opposite signs to each other. So somehow they complement, and they do have a few things in common, especially being very outgoing, being very energetic, being very curious, being sociable, you know, being out there, like being a people's person. So it's normal for me also to see like he could have Sagittarius influence as well because of that Gemini energy. He doesn't look like a Scorpio at all, because except when he makes like very savage comments, but he doesn't look mysterious at all. Actually, he looks more like like, oh, hello, like he can be friends with anyone, you know, like he is very open. Both Mihyuk met on MX Mihyuk Never show and made fun of them all. The Mihyuk that looks like baby Subin. Awesome, I haven't had time to check out the other groups of artists. I'm looking forward to a summer break to catch up. No, you're welcome, Pris. But he's okay. Don't worry about Lucas. He's okay. It's just that, oh my God, it's a personal process and it's his artistic process and there's a company. You know, there are things that just have to happen that way and we have to be positive and, you know, don't overthink. Mihyuk is like an open book with notes written in invisible ink. You know him and not know him at the same time. Yes, yes. I think that, you know, yeah, look, it's just that it's understandable that people are worried about Lucas. You know, it's been a while. It's been a while. And you know, it's not about the group actually. It's more about like, is he okay? Like, you know, but oh well, we just have to wait. You know, we just have to wait. But you know, I noticed that because you know now I mean I am a Jobim. I'm the voice Eric the Magne is on hiatus because of health reasons. And I definitely miss him, you know, and so I kind of like now I understand what it feels like to have a member on hiatus. It's not for the same reasons, of course, and it's not SM, but the fact that I miss him so much, you know, and I never thought that I would miss him. Actually, I was like, oh, okay, well, one member is gone, or one member is in hiatus, but you know, now that time is passing by, I'm starting to get a bit anxious, you know, and every time someone like says his name, I get a bit like, oh, I want him back, you know. So I understand people why they get like that with Lucas. Maybe Lucas will have the opportunity to explore acting too. Yes, he's definitely working on himself, so he's not suffering, guys. Don't worry. Oh, I have to read actually for Hisung. I don't know much about Hisung. I don't know about much about Hisung energy. I don't remember exactly. I know I read for him, but I don't remember. I don't remember his energy much. I don't know, and maybe that's actually any like some kind of information for you, because if I don't remember his energy, it means that either he's very protected or he doesn't want something to be seen, you know, like he's a mystery. He's a mystery, like, and I don't know. I just, but there's always one member that is like that, you know, that it's just, it's just that he's not very emotional, and I cannot see through. But yeah, no, I don't know. Kisun is a Libra, so maybe you'll do one. Oh, for the Libra season. Yes, I definitely I like all Enhypen members, but it's just that they are so young, and there's something about and I think that the same thing happened to me with TXT back then. With TXT, it happened the same to me. Like, I used to read for the group or for some of the members that are the most popular, but I didn't see much deepness in the reading. You know, maybe because, I don't know, it's because their personalities is not very well developed yet and they are still finding themselves, or because they are so focused on training and the role as a group that they don't have much to say in an energetic level. You know, they still have to experience a lot of things. They have to go through life experiences, you know, because I cannot read for them. You know, there's like, I read, but I don't see much. You know, I see only superficial level. You know, I see, and probably because their whole life is based on training, you know, like getting new opportunities, working on themselves, working on the group. So it's hard to catch their energy individually, especially. Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just that this is why, you know, sometimes I remember when I started reading for Enhypen, people were like, "Oh, can you read for the youngest of the group?" And for me, it's difficult to read for the youngest of the group, for any group, because they are still experiencing life, so there's not much going on. There's not much going on. It's like if you expect me to pull out like a novel about the dramatic of their lives and everything that they are not. They are guys. They are very well taken care of. They are very concentrated on their career. They they are very focused on achieving goals. They are very disciplinary somehow. And I feel that this actually has a lot to do with being part of Hive. You know, this actually has a lot to do because for other groups of other companies, I was able to see a bit about them, you know, a bit like, you know, being a bit more mischievous or actually wanting to try something different and, you know, like having life, you know, outside, even if, you know, they have managers that probably are following them around for them to not mess up. But I feel like when they are from other companies, they are a bit more out. You know, they experience things. But when it comes to Hive artists, there's a sense of, I don't know if they are not, probably they are not allowed to talk about a lot of things. So there's this sort of like protection, you know, that when I pull cards for them, it's like, yeah, I can see something, but it's always about them wanting to be better, them feeling the pressure, then actually feeling like they feel a bit insecure. So it's about work. It's not about who they are as an individual, you know. So maybe that's because they don't want us to see the person behind, you know, like or maybe they are just growing. They are in the process of getting to know themselves. They are really young. This is why I do not read for minors. This is why I do not read for young people, except if I notice that that person is very deep, even if they are young, maybe I can give some kind of advice. But when they are a teenager or a young adult, is idols are not that exciting as you think they are. Sometimes they are just like any employee at a McDonald's or at a, you know, at any kind of company, that they wake up at a certain hour, they do their practice, they do their work, they do their shooting, and then they go back to bed. I mean, there's not much. I love Nikki dancing. I couldn't watch because of work. It went really well. All day sold out, and finally we got all to see. Oh, yes. I just think tapping into undeveloped energies is like dangerous. Yeah, because they are always changing and they are highly emotional. I mean, for example, take an example. They are in a industry that it's all about, like them being better and being better and better and better, so they're always working. And they barely have time to be social except with their members. So, it's like as if I pull a card for you when you are in a boarding school in your 15s, when you are when you are a teenager, or when you are away on college, like there's like a lot of routinary kind of energy, where yes, they do this and this and that, and that's it. There's not like um, there's not much life experience. That's why I tell people whenever I read for them, like, you need to live life. You need to go out in the world and make things happen for yourself. You just cannot expect the cards alone to tell you a story about the journey that you are going to embark on if you don't leave your house, or if you don't like have like other activities besides being, I don't know, whether at work or college, or you can expect the tarot to be like, oh, here you're going to meet the man of your dreams, and it's like you have to go out in the world. It's not about the cards like guiding you through the journey of life. No, actually, you can make it happen for you. And sometimes the least you know about what journey it is, the better, because it does surprise you. When something is meant for you, hello Lillian, when something is meant for you, it's going to happen to you anyway. There's no need to ask the cards or ask astrology, or if you put the effort, just like I tell these people, if you put the effort in something, eventually you're going to get a result. You may not see it now, but you will see it eventually, because you are putting energy into that. It's just that people sometimes get anxious because they are like, okay, I want this to go this way, I want this to do this, and no, it's not about that. It's not about that. It's about being responsible. It's about doing our best with what we have today. Tomorrow we don't know. Hyungwon was very emotional, but I think he will be fine. I missed your group energy reading, by the way. I must have some. Oh, you mean the group energy, about the groups, Hiliel? The dynamics between the group? I think so. Yes, I think I saw Shuhyun also cried as well. Just so nice to see them. And also Itis is doing great as well. Group readings. Yes, I have to start like, because I'm doing a lot of like birthday readings, and I think that it takes a lot in a lot of the months. It's just that people keep asking me, oh, you didn't read for this, or you didn't read for that, or you didn't read for, and there are a lot of birthdays, a lot of birthdays. That I started the birthday season readings just to, to somehow congratulate, the idol that is having their birthday. But I didn't expect people to keep adding more names. So I was like, I will never end this series. Oh, yes, if she wants to. I don't know if she wants to. The other members but Hyungwon seem a bit stuck in the past, so fans was worried. Mm. It's just that Hyungwon it's very emotional, but he's a Capricorn, so there's a bit of uncomfortableness in his expression. He holds back a lot, and when he gets really in his feelings, it seems very sad, and very heartbreaking. Um, yes, I was talking about that, Samara. I was mentioning that actually, because I was like, when you are not here, I don't know who will be the moderator. I was like, oh my, like, we had bots the other day, and well, the girls actually helped me remove them, but it took a while because they kept coming. It's incredible. So about okay. I feel bad. No, you don't have to feel bad, Samara. Don't feel bad. Mm-mm. Don't feel bad. You have to do first. You have responsibilities. You have to focus on your things. You don't have to feel pressure to do anything. You can help when you want to and when you have the time. If you cannot, you don't have to apologize. Don't apologize. And besides, we are not that many, so you know it's not like um. Besides, we almost all of us know each other, so you know. Um, Talking about, does anyone know what's going on with Goedam season 2? I know that I think I read somewhere that it's not called Goedam season 2. It's a movie that is called Seoul Ghosts. Because I know they did like a press conference because I saw like the voice Hagnon on it with other actresses that they were like in a sort of premiere or press conference. But I want to know, where is the movie? Where is the movie series? I don't know. Where is it? Oh no, why? It's in theaters. Why? 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 Why don't they think about us, the international fans? I don't understand. Hyunwon is slightly very soft with Chang Hyun, and I was like, who are you? Yeah. uh, is it Seoul? Hi Natasha, good morning. Is Seoul like the city? Seoul Ghosts? I think that's the name. But I don't understand. Like, wasn't this supposed to be like Goedam season 2? Or is it? It's not related to Goedam. I don't understand. Like, what's going on? I got so confused and I was like, who do I ask about this? Oh. No news about Netflix for now. So it's in theaters in Korea. So who do we know in Korea that can actually provide us with some with some images? Oh my God. Yes, yes. Like, come on. Like, there. What? Oh my God. It's so unfair. I know because many Korean mom bebés. And we need those mom bebés assistants then. Oh my God. But yes, a movie sounds cool. Sounds cooler than actually the series, because the series was a bit confusing, to be honest. Like the format that it lasts a few minutes was a bit like, there are some, for example, in Gotham season 1, like there are some histories that, yes, they can last 10 minutes because there's not much like, story. It's just a cliche horror story, like an urban legend or something like that. But there are some of the episodes that actually did deserve like a longer, a more prolonged uh, time. I feel like series are drawn out. Let's have patience, otherwise there's always, yes. We should get our sources. Yes, but I don't know why, guys, but don't you feel like it's a bit confusing? Because everyone were talking about it, how this was going to be on Netflix on the 27th or the 28th. So, like, I don't understand. Like, I feel like, like someone got it wrong and no one bothered to actually, like, confirm. So I don't know if this was like a marketing like trick to talk about Netflix or to promote Netflix, because now it's not about Netflix now. So the movie must be on the website there for yes, yes, I googled too. I searched for it, but no news yet. But I know that there must be some fans that know where. Because we fans, we love to share. We share what we love. So, Bye, Leonor. Have a good day too. Oh, I didn't know. I don't know. From what I remember, Labor Day is an international day. So I want to say happy Labor's Day to all the workers, all the people that are working, whether on themselves or on a project or on a company or a shop, whatever. I want to say like happy Labor's Day. I think it's international. Well, at least here in my country it's celebrated and it's a holiday today, which is not very convenient because it's a Sunday, but oh well. Oh, yes. Yes, happy Labor Day. I just watched True Beauty and that episode didn't. Oh, you mean of Gotham or the series True Beauty? Yes, too bad it's Sunday this year. Yes, it's a pity. It's just that a lot of people were really excited, and we were like, and we were waiting because we were waiting for quite a while. I think that we talked about this, and I actually knew about this, this season, about these idols being on this. I knew about it, yes, a year ago actually. So I was waiting, I was like, International Workers' Day, exactly that one. International Workers' Day. It's the same, for example, okay, yesterday I managed to watch on some page the movie of 2019, the movie of High and Low, the worst. Because I'm trying to get in context about Utah's new role in that movie. And I know that that movie has like different different series, different movies. So there's like a lot of like, and I want to know, the context or the plot, so I can somehow understand when his character appears, so I can understand where he comes from, or what the, and yeah, it was entertaining actually. Oh, series True Beauty. I tried to watch the first one, but it has. I tried to watch the first one, but it has He Who Shall Not Be Named. Oh, watch the first one. I'll just wait to be surprised later. Who? The other day, Samara, can you like specify? Not who, because I think that I know what you mean when you say who shall not be named, but um, 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 but I want to know which, what did you watch? Like, I don't understand, because the other day you told me the same. Like, you were watching episode one and you said, oh, it has that person that you shouldn't be named. But I was like, what? Like, what series? What? I don't really watch dramas, but I'm thinking of watching Infinity. Oh, High and Low. Oh, really? He is in the first movie? He is in the first movie? Wait, wait a second. Oh. Wait, guys, that my internet, I'm going to be right back because my internet